Here we go. Set. 10 Tucson. Hey, come on now. Come on now. Watch the edge. Rock.
On first down, Rivers, and not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Slam.
On second down now, Rivers. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll look to throw here. Complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Check, crouch, blue dart quarters. Hey, check 24, watch 24. Leo. Hey, alert 3. Sit hot. 13, check 13. He's checking hot.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
I'm laughing because I'm not so sure I would have made this call. I'm not so sure I would have said, yeah, let's go ahead and get this one, especially at this point of the game. But give him credit. He had a feeling and carried it through.
Yeah, that's one where you think, okay, if you're down, 2 minutes left, the ball's near midfield, you go for it. But at this stage, at that part of the field, but like you said, it worked.
Safe. H3, 218. Chopper.
Right back to him on first down. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Joker. Kill. Go. Jim. Ready, go.
On second down, it's Burke. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
Check three. Kill. Recon, 132 fight. Orbit. Check 9. Deuce. 49, check 49. Lock it. Shoot.
They're going to look to throw. Ball going deep here for Taylor. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, their last miss on 3rd down, they actually were able to alleviate it because they picked it up with a 4th down conversion. I don't know that they'd be wise to try and do that again here. To me, you got to punt the ball away.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Down. 15 line. 15 line. Snap.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Oh, he's got some breathing room. A big play that time for the Raiders. Give him 58 yards on the ground. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through. That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Off play action. Jones. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked off down at the 10. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position.
Tight dog. Check. Fresno. Switch it. Come on, switch. Hard. Out. Shit. Switch.
They'll run on first down. Rivers. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. He rifles one that's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
He completes it to Henry. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. 25, check 25, check 25. Yes! Whip, whip. Watch the whip. Undercrush, undercrush. Topper, topper. Check 4. He's crashing. Sit.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 receptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. That's complete to John Ross. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big play that time for the Raiders, 43 yards. So he rips off a great run and shows you why this year he's top 10 in rushing in the league.
And looks like he's trying to move up fast on the leaderboard, doesn't he? Top 10, looks like he's running to get into the top 5.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Jones now operating from the gun. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. John Ross, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. No problem there on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's from...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
2nd and 5. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Maurice Hurst in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the...
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Samson Abukum make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. And out of bounds, this will depend on where they spot it, and they'll say at the 45. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Jones. It's complete. He finds Falk here. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Hey, my 7. Ready?
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a 1st down.
First down, Raiders.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Throwing, Jones. Open man is Ross, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. John Ross with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Charger drive about to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
2nd and 4. Complete. It's Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Here we go. Set. Cam Tucson. Get that ball right here. Hey.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He completes this one to Mack. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And caught by Henry. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here.
Set, go.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up. Man up, D. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Switch. Go. Who's that? Is that yours? Who's that? Wide. Get wide. Kill.
2nd down and inches. Stepping up, diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out. And the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. That's fielded in the end zone.
I got you, boy.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 24-yard line.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Check, 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 check.
Back to throw. Jones. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to let this one go deep. Touchdown, LA! Hunter Henry, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Looking to throw. Jones. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Here we go. 70, Indy. Check curls, let's go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. Well, the 2nd down throw on target. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
1st down, Raiders.
Break. Mike 55, Mike 55. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that. Ready?
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A big play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Forced out to his left. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked by Trayvon Mullen.
Well, when he feels the pressure, naturally he likes going to his left, as most left-handed quarterbacks do. But this time he tries to let this go on the run, and it's going to wind up getting intercepted.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jones from the gun, he'll throw. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
-50. I'm coming for you. He's coming. We got double up. Check. Squeeze. Get in. Let's go.
2nd and 10. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And this is caught inside the 5. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground. Rivers, and he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. As his guys are back within a single score. Point after, right down the middle. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And that one carries out of the side of the end zone here. So it's a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check 56. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Hey, Haywood. 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Here's Jones, operating from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. He'll return it from the 6. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A good gain there on 1st down. That run will get them 7 up to the 32-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. Second and 3. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
I'm not sure I'm absolutely crazy about that play call there. I mean, it's only a 1-score game, so is it really time to go bombs away and try and make a big play? I think you can take some underneath stuff and still move it downfield.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check 5.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Jones. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. I call it no gain there on the first down play.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Sponge. No. Slam. Check 26. Check 26. Check 3. Hut.
Now a give right side. Rivers. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check pass. Safe. Grace don't travel. 53. Mike. All right, T-Lip. Lock it.
They'll keep it on the ground. Rivers. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Chargers on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Joker. Ready. Smoke. 53's the mark.
He'll look to throw. And that's complete. It's the tight end Daniels. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Alpha. Here we go. 50. Mike 50.
They'll drop to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Mike 50. Here we go. Check.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Kill. Check that hot.
Looking to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Let's go, Mike. 50, general, fast. All day, baby, all day. Deuce. Hard. Check 49. Delta. Shoot.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let this one go. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. 2nd and 6. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they're going to go jet sweep here. This is Ross with it. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Raiders.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Let's go.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. That one looks like he'll throw here. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a two-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Here we go.
The Charger drive about to get going. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
I think that factored in.
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Quit talking about it and bring it. Mike 50, Mike 50. Watch the out, watch the out. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Out, 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 out. Hot, hot.
Back to throw here. Throw left side complete. It's Mack. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Check like 50. Here we go, here we go. Hey, 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 hey. 50. Ready.
Back to throw.
Here we go, here we go. Here we go.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
Check 52. Go. Ready, go.
They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, hey, watch this, watch this. Hey, you got motion man. You got motion man. Let's try. Mike 50.
They'll set up to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Hey, 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 hey. Check 24, check 24. Hey, check 24, check 24.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. They had to go. With such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Going deep downfield for it's caught inside the 25. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Throwing Jones. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going.
And now here is another interception. Picked off with great anticipation. And a short return to the 6-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
You don't want it. He's coming. Double up.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Incomplete on the deep ball. Brings up a 3rd down.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Whip. Watch the whip. Undercut.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this